Smoker, the gruff and tough Navy captain turned vice admiral with an obsession for the Straw Hats, is one of the first major players that One Piece presents from the Navy. He comes on the scene after having a chance encounter with Luffy where he was stationed in Logtown. But how did this character come to be? Let's look at some of the possible inspirations for Smoker. Firstly, there doesn't seem to be very much obvious inspiration for Smoker because he seems to have a unique design, only pulling from some general tropes within anime. He's a gruff and tough character. He has white hair like many anime characters, indicating some type of moral ambiguity or mystery, as white-haired characters tend to embody. And he is a Marine captain originally, so he has a sense of justice. But when we look closer, you might see a more specific character in his past. Namely, Clint Eastwood's The Man with No Name, seen in movies like A Fistful of Dollars. This character, which is more like an archetype, is the embodiment of justice. When the man finds an injustice, though it isn't his business to intervene, and though it isn't his policy to intervene, circumstance has intertwined him with the fates of those around him. And despite pain or retribution or consequence, this character always finds and seeks justice against the wicked. So very much is Smoker like this. It wasn't really Smoker's job to pursue Straw Hat the way that he did after the Logtown arc, where he first met Luffy, deciding to leave his post and pursue him throughout the Grand Line, something he generally didn't have to do, but decided to do to see his justice through. Additionally, Smoker seems to embody him physically as well. Smoker is constantly smoking his quintessential cigar, and although there are other tropes that are associated with smoking cigars like mob bosses or gangsters, Smoker seems to embody the outlaw, the Western hero, whose constant smoking habit shows a general indifference to pomp and circumstance, to the expectations of his title and position, as if his justice comes first. Quite in the same way as the Fleet Admiral Akainu, who also is seen with a cigar but seems to sit on a different end of the ideological scale from Smoker. While Smoker seems to fit closer to a lawful neutral, Akainu seems to be a lawful evil. For example, Smoker was willing to, in the Alabasta arc, create a temporary alliance with the Straw Hat Pirates in order to take down Crocodile. His smoke is also likely a metaphor for this very persona. Because Smoker has the smoke fruit, which allows him to turn into smoke, it seems to embody his ideological or moral ambivalence. Things aren't always clear for Smoker, and it is his job to figure out what the right way is, in addition to oftentimes him hiding his true motives or feelings about his job and his position in the military, as he did in the Alabasta arc.
Decided that each of you will be promoted by one rank.
For the umpteenth time, it wasn't us. Me and Tashigi weren't the ones who stopped Crocodile and Baroque Works. It was those damn Straw Hat Pirates.
Stop, Smoker. It's no use. Accept it. If you disobey the brass, you could get court-martialed.
Well, better that than live a lie. Hey, you. Could you pass on a personal message from me to the old geezers at HQ? Tell them I said go to hell.
So, just like his white hair represents characters in anime that seem to have secrets or moral ambiguity, so does his white smoke. And finally, with the Western motif and the man with no name, Smoker's jacket as a captain and then vice admiral of the Marines, and the way that he wears it seems to be reminiscent of the way that jackets might have been worn in Westerns. Yet, with a jacket-like cape and a cigar in his mouth, Smoker could also be drawing inspiration from noir detectives as well. So have we found all the inspirations for Smoker, or is there still some smoke clouding our vision? For a character still shrouded in mystery, only time will tell if we've gotten to the bottom of it.